Elected officials typically point to plants that provide hundreds, if not thousands of jobs as signs of economic development. Well, that's fine for urban areas that already have infrastructure in place, but what about out in the country? Our next stop takes us to Hodges, Alabama, a small dot on the map in the northwest part of the state with a population of about 300. When the railroad literally pulled up the tracks and left, the little town was faced with becoming a ghost town. But instead of accepting the inevitable, townsfolk did what they've always done when faced with adversity. They banded together and changed their destiny.
If you don't have the qualities that a Mercedes or a Hyundai plant is looking for, then you have to look at what you do have. And what Hodges had going for them was beautiful scenery. We took that and we suggested that, hey, we have a possibility here for an equestrian trail.
Many of the people who live near the town of Hodges have enjoyed family outings over the years in the 80-acre canyon that features waterfalls, caves, and interesting rock formations, including a natural bridge that's 100 feet high.
My mother would bring my brother and I down here into the canyon, play in the waterfall, Mystic Falls, play in Spring House, I can see behind me, and take a picnic, stay down here all day. And then when my children grew up, I would bring them down here. And now when my grandchildren come to visit me, we bring them here. And so it's a generational thing for us. We get to share it, and now we're getting to share it with everybody.
Rockbridge Canyon now features 27 miles of trails for horseback riding and 2.5 miles of hiking trails. The parks director says he planned those trails based on what he liked and what he didn't like from nearly 50 years as a trail rider.
We have many caverns and canyons. We have 8 waterfalls, but all the trails are designed where you not only get to ride up and look at it, but you get to ride your horse through it. The trails will encircle the canyons. You can see the walls, you can see the overhangs. You are in under them. You can ride into our waterfalls. You can ride some of our waterfalls. You can ride behind them, or you can ride on top of them.
The park just opened last fall, but already attendance has surprised even those with the highest expectations. And in spite of what they've heard or the pictures they've seen, visitors say they're also surprised at the natural beauty of the canyon.
From Indiana to Washington State to New York to Florida, people from all over come. We have people from Germany, Australia that come and walk and hike the canyon. The pictures don't do it justice. I mean, we can post pictures all day long, but till you come and experience what the canyon is all about and the beautiful foliage and greenery we have here and the rock formations, and you have to come to experience it. You have to just to be a part of it.
In addition to the trails through the canyon, Rockbridge Equestrian Park has 34 campsites with bathhouses and more than 50 horse stalls, which are usually filled on weekends because of the sudden popularity of the park. Franklin says the influx of visitors has given hope to a town faced with an uncertain future.
We only been open not yet a full year, and already there have been increase in business that's existed already in town because our campers use our businesses and fuel up their trucks. So the town gets tax revenue off of that. And there have been at least 2 new businesses that are working on putting in town. One of them I'm happy is a steakhouse restaurant, and the other one is a general dollar store that is put in. Without the equestrian park, these businesses wouldn't have. We're too far off the interstate, too far out in the sticks.
Now, if you live in town, a dollar store may not seem like big economic news, but it's a big deal if you live in a place where the nearest place to shop is 20 miles away. The success of Rockbridge Canyon Equestrian Park is at least the second time the people of Hodges have demonstrated to the world what can happen when people have a common goal and work together to achieve it.
Years ago in 1943, when the War Department came to Hodges, Alabama and said, we need money, would you please buy some war bonds? The little town of Hodges raised $48,000 in 1943 for the war effort. That was the spirit of Hodges then, and that spirit of Hodges is alive today.
Rockbridge Canyon has 9 special events each year, including a rodeo held in June that drew some 1,500 people in just its first year. Plans call for significant expansion, including more than doubling the horse trails from 27 miles to about 55 miles. For more information on the park, you can look them up on Facebook or go to their website at www.rockbridgecanyon.com.